troops are not going to be fighting in Iraq again.
American forces will not be returning to combat in Iraq, but we will help Iraqis as they take the fight to terrorists who threaten the Iraqi people, the region, and American interests as well.
Even though these special forces are labeled advisors instead of combat troops, one CNN military analyst says this is boots on the ground, that the parsing and loopholes all go away when someone is shooting at you. CNN's Barbara Starr is standing by with the latest live from the Pentagon. Barbara?
Jake, the question, of course, is what exactly will these troops be doing and how will they be kept safe? Iraqi forces clashing with ISIS fighters in the northern city of Kirkuk as the militants continue to make their march towards Baghdad. President Obama finally weighing in.
And we're prepared to send a small number of additional American military advisors, up to 300, to assess how we can best train, advise, and support Iraqi security forces going forward.
With ISIS now less than 40 miles from Baghdad, the president also said the troops will keep an eye on the perimeter around the capital to see where ISIS is going next. The U.S. troops, Army Berets, Rangers, and Navy SEALs have fought in combat in the region for years. This time, the job is different. They urgently will work to get Iraqi troops and commanders back in the fight and collect intelligence about the militants' next moves in case airstrikes become necessary. Already, fighter jets from the carrier George H.W. Bush are flying over Baghdad, conducting surveillance. The ground troops will operate at several Iraqi military headquarters around the country, not on the front lines, but they may well be in danger. Violence has even spread to Iraq's largest oil installation here in Baji. So how can U.S. troops be kept safe? Dozens of helicopters and aircraft, now based on ships in the Persian Gulf and ashore, will be ready to move in quickly if U.S. forces do come under attack, a senior defense official tells CNN. But the president outright warning all of this can only work if the Iraqi government and Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki move to a more inclusive government. President Obama stopped short of calling for Maliki to step down.
It's not our job to choose Iraq's leaders. Part of what our patriots fought for during many years in Iraq was the right and the opportunity for Iraqis to determine their own destiny and choose their own leaders.
The U.S. troops will start arriving in the coming days, but really first a very small group, several dozen. So why? Originally we'd heard 100 troops, Jake. Now they're talking 300 troops. What's the difference? Well, what we're learning is that actually they built in an automatic plus up. They may not get all the way to 300. They may not need them all. But by plussing up, what they don't have to do is come back in a few days or a few weeks and announce that even more troops are going to Iraq. Jake.
Barbara Starr at the Pentagon, thank you so much. Coming up on The Lead, can 300 American troops there to advise, not fight, we're told? Can they help hold Baghdad and save Iraq? A top general will weigh in. And in politics,